Take 3. Hi. Yes, I am reviewing Intruder in the Dust today, a film from 1949, a crime drama that was presented as a film noir on Noir Alley. Well, as a film noir, interesting thought. I can see what you're talking about. It has shades of The Wrong Man in there. It also deals with social injustice. So to me, this came off more like a social injustice picture than a film noir. But I will say this, it is an excellent movie. It's about a black man in a town full of white people who is accused of murdering one of their own, a white man, who he got into an argument with. We don't know what the argument was about. We don't know much about it other than the fact that he argued with him. The guy was dead. He was found standing next to the guy with a weapon that had been fired in his hand. Now, that's all we know at this point, and it is in fact circumstantial evidence, and nobody believes him when he says that he didn't do it. He doesn't expect to be believed, I think. And he comports himself with a lot of dignity, considering how undignified he's treated. So really, that is the focus of this film, the lack of dignity that black people at that time were given. They were treated like as if they were animals, as if they were wild animals, seriously. And in this movie, it just exposes that treatment so brutally and so starkly that I can see where you might consider it noirish. So he's accused. This reminded me in a sense of To Kill a Mockingbird, but it's different, you see, because the lawyer is not this white knight that comes in and tries to fight racism. No, he himself is a racist. So he has to be convinced through the actions of a boy who knows the Juano Hernandez character named Beauchamp, Lucas Beauchamp, who knows him, knows his family, knows his son, and feels like the guy just couldn't have done it. So that's what the movie is about, trying to go about proving it to his own lawyer, no less, who simply finds it hard to believe, almost impossible to believe, until forensics gets involved. That's when things get interesting. So I will just stop there and say that. And I thought it was a very good movie. Excellent movie, actually. That the actors who played the young boy and the accused man, Juano Hernandez and as the accused, and David Bryan as the young boy, were superb and really make this movie. So I highly recommend everybody see it. Sort of like To Kill a Mockingbird, only completely different. That's it. Talk to you later. See you soon.